And thanks for joining us for ABC24 This Week. I'm ABC24 content manager Brad Broders, filling in this week for Richard Ransom. Let's get into our topics in another news-filled week across Memphis. Crime concerns, solutions, and accountability. After violent crime and smash-and-grab robberies again make headlines, we're breaking down what can be done and where the blame lies. Plus, outrage continues after a Shelby County judge releases a murder suspect on its own recognizance. We catch up with that judge and his response. Also, Governor Bill Lee wants school vouchers expanded beyond the state's urban counties. Is it the right approach? And it's a significant week ahead for the Memphis City Council as they consider a retooled stadium funding deal. We'll discuss. Well, I want to introduce you to our esteemed panel. To my far left is ABC24 political analyst Otis Sanford, longtime elected leader Tajuan Stout Mitchell, and former Shelby County Commissioner Mark Billingsley. Thanks for joining us today. Well, the troubling trends continue this week in Memphis with several smash and grab or crash and grabs, including beauty stores in East Memphis and Parkway Village. Data shows such business burglaries are up 35% compared to last year. We caught up with a frustrated and concerned victimized business owner.
I want to encourage other business owners that if they're going through this, don't let it stop you, because we still need to be a part of the community, help, grow, and try to make sure we reduce this as much as possible.
And on top of that, Memphis continues to add on to its already record high number of homicides this year, crossing 360 this week. Le Bonheur Children's Hospital also setting a record you never want to set. No. That's children treated for gunshot wounds in a year. Otis, we'll start with you. You've lived in this community a long time. Yeah. Do you ever remember just the situation being this dire with crime right now?
No, I do not. I have lived in this community all but 7 years of my adult life. And I know Memphis, but I have never seen it be in actuality and also the belief that crime is out of control. And it is. And you talk about these smash and grab robberies. They are doing it because they feel that they can get away with it, because they don't think anybody's going to stop them. They got covering on, so they don't think they can be identified by the cameras. And it's just reflective of what's going on everywhere. And I will add that, I think a lot of the people who are committing these kinds of crimes, they see what's going on beyond in the higher ranks. I'm talking about business leaders and political leaders who are getting away with stuff. And they look at that and say, if you're going to get away with that, you broke into the Capitol, then I'm going to break into an altar. So I think that's a mindset too, but I've never seen it this bad in Memphis, Tennessee.
Tajuan, what can be done? It just seems pretty dire right now.
Well, I am a social worker, but I do not study crime. But I do think it is wise for our mayor elect, as well as our current mayor, to do something jointly, to bring all the best minds from the University of Memphis, from other areas of the country, to see how we need to put a plan together to combat this. And I'm going to be honest with you, I heard at the Rotary Club that Judge Tarek Sugarman mentioned the fact that a lot of the crime that's been done by children or youth is being influenced by adults. The car that is carjacked, if it is a booster to sell, we need stiffer penalties for those people who encourage children and youth into criminal activity. And we need to look at that. We need to go full speed ahead. I agree with Judge Sugarman on that. And we need to find a way to cut off the supply, the money chain that entices them. And then there's some good old-fashioned social work things that need to happen in homes, working with the Department of Human Services and Children's Services, that we all need to figure out a way how we can be a part of the solution.
Mark?
I tell you, we really need almost a toolbox of many different things. And again, the same leaders, which I was one of those for a long time as a county commissioner, it's typical for all of the elected officials to get in a room of respective mayors and put our heads together. But quite frankly, the only way we're really going to fight this is somehow to empower our citizens to feel empowered. I feel like right now our citizens feel victimized. They're scared.
They are.
They go to the grocery during the day. They lock themselves in their house after the sun goes down. I don't think we've really fully understood the frustration that our citizens are having, and they're being victimized every day. I also don't think we're doing a great job on reentry. And so we need so many more tools. And again, it's great that we all have wonderful elected officials, but I think we've got to embrace our higher education institutions, our corporate folks, and regular citizens that are really the ones being victimized by all this.
But you said you mentioned the citizens being victimized. There was an incident the other day where a citizen saw some robbers and shot and killed one of them. And I think that person got arrested for doing so.
Right.
Well, we've also gotten to a point, can we believe that in the city of Memphis now, you have people who feel like they've been victims of crime, who in Midtown this past week, there was a gentleman walking around the block who had been a victim of crime with a rifle.
Right.
And because of our state laws now, he didn't do anything illegal.
Right.
So he was walking the streets of Midtown. Some schools went on lockdown because of it.
Right.
So again, we've lost our space. But it's going to take everybody to do this.
We've lost our sense of community, too. You're right. We've lost our sense of community. And when people say to me, well, that was a crime and the murder rate is up, but it's usually people who just know each other. Well, I'm not just talking about the murder rate. I'm talking about the carjacking. I'm talking about the smash and grabs.
Right.
There is a cost to crime that goes beyond, did I live through it? How am I going to survive through it? The trauma of it all. And these poor businesses are having, in some cases, to start over with life savings to start their business again because they've lost so much in it.
Well, are we going to get to a point, honestly, where everything that comes to our home is going to be either Uber Eats, Amazon, deliveries? Because at some point, business owners cannot continue to sustain these $100,000 losses.
Right. Well, in response, we learned resources are coming in at the state and federal level. In the past 2 weeks, about 60 Tennessee State Highway Patrol troopers came to Shelby County from other areas. We saw them visible in recent days on I-40, 240, and other areas in Memphis. We're told these extra troopers will be there for the foreseeable future to crack down on speeding, dangerous driving, and other illegal activities. The Department of Justice also announced Tuesday it will bring in federal prosecutors, investigative agents, analysts, and forensic experts to identify and target offenders in the most crime-heavy areas in Memphis. The DOJ said the same initiative is paying dividends after launching in Houston last year, leading to the prosecution of more than 50 gang members there.
We've already had case meetings here. It's obviously completely different, right? There's different gangs that are here. They're located in different neighborhoods. In some ways, they're a little bit more spread out. And so those are part of the strategies that we're taking into account when we look at the data.
And Mark, just kind of briefly, what do you hope the impact of this will be?
Well, I think everybody's a little bit encouraged, but again, I think from the press release it said that the state troopers will be here for the foreseeable future. What does that really mean? If we see that there's a big push right now, which I'm seeing it visibly with the lights going, people are getting tickets, that's wonderful, but if this is a 2 or 3 week saturation, we really haven't accomplished a lot. So I'm hoping for as much as the state can do for us, they will do for us. And, kudos to State Senator Brent Taylor, who said, he wrote the letter and he said, my city is under siege. Right. And I appreciate the governor, Bill Lee, stepping in to send us reinforcements. But quite frankly, until we see a decrease, we need them to stay, or we need some other alternatives.
Gotcha. Tajuan, final word?
I can't agree more. I appreciate Brent Taylor. State Senator, I call him Grim because we are friends. But I appreciate his initiative to lead the charge to say there is a problem here and to get those resources. And I know nobody wants Army State City. However, we have to acknowledge we have a problem. We have to acknowledge the truth that we need more people on duty. And this is a way to give us some help. But that without a long-term strategy to deal with poverty and reentry, and that without a long-term strategy to deal with the lacks that we see in some of our court systems, is not going to yield us the results we need.
Well, we can talk about that all day, but that's all the time we have, unfortunately, for that segment. After the break, a Shelby County judge defended a public outcry for the release of one person accused of murder. He explains his reasoning, and the district attorney also weighs in after the break.